just move all the boys up. Because we're fighting something quite large. We're fighting this thing, the Eclipse class Super Star Destroyer. So we don't want to mess around. Let's get moving. I'm a little scared. The problem with these is, like, it takes them so long to... Don't do it. Don't do it! Like, they just waste so many torpedoes aiming at things that are already destroyed. Hey guys, this is Eckhart Slaughter. Hello and welcome to more Star Wars Empire at War Remake. We are playing more custom fleet matchups. I can do this forever, and you guys really seem to enjoy it. So, we've got some interesting ones. We've got Bothan fleets at play. We've got Corellian fleets at play. Last time we did the Mandalorian fleet, and, well, actually two Mandalorian fleets this time. We'll do Mon Calamari Criminal Underworld. I guess we might end up doing quite long episode. We might need to split it into another one. We'll see. Enough jabbering, though. Jeez Louise. Let's get started with a good old-fashioned Bothan fleet. We should play as the Rebels. What you guys are thinking? Bothan fleet? What's that going to look like? Alright. Here we have Bothan Assault Cruisers. Kind of actually an old depiction of the Bothan Assault Cruiser because they do have a new look. This would be the Threat Dossier look, I think. But yeah, the Essential Guide to Warfare has kind of a different visual. I like this, though. I like this. Alright, what I'm going to do... Not that many fighters. Let's just move all the boys up. Because we're fighting something quite large. We're fighting this thing, the Eclipse class Super Star Destroyer. So we don't want to mess around. Let's get moving. I'm a little scared.
Frigate responding on station. The lasers are our target.
No, Death Star plans were... Or Bothans were Death Star 2.
Form up. Going for the lasers.
Just remember?
Ready for action,
It's at
Commander.
Mon Mothma's talking about it. I just want to...
Coordinates received. We're moving out.
Oh, God. So the Bothan Assault Cruiser in Legends is kind of a ship introduced. Why are you wasting so many torpedoes on one hardpoint? It's already dead, dude. Ay, ay, ay. What a waste. Oh. Don't know what happened there. So in Legends, the Bothan Assault Cruiser is kind of like it was made like right before the Vong invasion.
Our primary drive system
Yeah.
is out.
Kind of a mid-range capital ship. Oh hell no! Oh.
We're en route to new coordinates.
Every Bothan seeing the Eclipse jump out over their home planet. Hey, what are you doing? There's enough dead heroes.
Now, awaiting orders. Disable those ion cannons.
Alright, so my thought was get towards the back of the ship where there's less guns, but
Sensors
there are still a lot of guns. There might actually be more guns back here. We did it, yeah. I think there's actually more guns at the back, so this might not work out very well for us.
We've lost our laser systems.
Those don't sound like Bothans. See you, Void, you loser. Pathetic.
Frigate responding on station.
Principal Skinner.
Ready for action, Commander.
.png.
The lasers are our target.
What do Bothans sound like? You gotta listen to Heir to the Empire, the audiobook.
Our lasers are gone.
Get him in the rear end. Everyone knows that's the Emperor's weak spot. We are down to... Oh, God.
We've lost
We're down to 10. I just checked and we had 17. Oh, no, okay, we're down to 14. Okay. Pathetic. The problem with these is, like, it takes them so long to...
We're receiving you.
Don't do it. Don't do it! Like, they just waste so many torpedoes aiming at things that are already destroyed.
Awaiting orders. We're awaiting the attack signal.
We're actually down. Okay, so we're actually down to 10 this time.
Our lasers are gone. Reporting for active duty. Weapon systems fully activated.
Oh no, never mind. Nothing that bad. We're down to 9.
We've lost our laser systems. Destroy the ion cannons.
I think we're gonna lose. Oh, it's firing again. All right, we gotta try a different strategy. We ain't gonna win this one, boys. All right, new strategy. Micro managing. Okay. Very fitting picture for the space battle of Bothan. Bothan features pretty heavily in the Thrawn duology, where the plot of that is basically shit's about to pop off over the planet, and it's gonna be bad. It's literally like the... If you don't want to read the Thrawn duology, don't worry, I just described it for you. Shit's happening.
Sensors activated. The lasers are our target.
Stay on target.
Actually, no.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Frigate responding on station.
It's like, the main thing is, they're saying shit's about to pop off, let's try to stop it from popping off.
I copy.
Star Wars Wikipedia calls it the Kaamos crisis, but I don't know. I don't really believe in it. I don't believe in that sort of thing.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
All right. So I'm trying to minimize
Frigate standing by for
spillage, lost
orders.
torpedoes, basically.
The lasers are our target.
Ooh,
We're receiving you.
mega yikes!
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I'm starting to think this isn't a good strategy either. I think maybe we should be clustered all around one spot, but just not the back. God damn, the thing's moving on me.
Awaiting orders.
Not good. Not good. All right, so target for 1 second.
Lasers are gone.
Get that barrage off. Okay, move on.
Disable those ion
Here.
cannons.
Move on.
Lasers are our target.
Here. Move on.
Destroy the
Fire
ion
your
cannons.
missile barrage. All right.
Lasers are offline.
Next one. Next
Our
one.
target priority is the laser cannons. Disable
Next
those ion
one.
Cannons.
Oh god, I thought there were more.
We're awaiting the attack signal. Resend your transmission.
Okay.
The
Boom.
lasers are our target.
Okay.
Our primary
Boom.
drive system is out.
Okay.
Our
Boom.
target priority is the laser cannons.
And the Eclipse is a pretty
Reporting
agile vessel, apparently.
weapon systems fully activated.
Okay, where are the rest of my ships?
Our engines are offline.
Okay, that's actually quite a bit more than I
Destroy the ion cannons.
expected.
The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Okay, I want to see a few missiles off, and then we're moving.
Our
All right,
primary
swap.
drive system is out.
Okay, rip.
The lasers are our target. Our engines are offline. Weapons charged.
Engines,
Our
schmengens.
target priority is the laser cannons. Disable those ion cannons.
Engines were invented by SJWs. Just like fuel.
Sensors activated. The lasers are our target.
Enemy sighted.
Frigate responding on station. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Hopefully they're at least targeting the weak ships with that.
The lasers are our target. We've lost our laser systems.
No good. I can't.
Our target
Ay,
priority
ay,
is the laser cannons.
Keep your eyes open.
Well, we're slowly picking her apart, I guess.
Frigate standing
We're down
by for
to...
orders. Orders copied.
We really down to 10? Oh my god, we're screwed.
Destroy the ion cannons. The lasers are our target.
There's just too many hard
Our
points.
target priority is the laser cannons. We're online. Disable those ion
It's just supposed to be a
cannons.
Bothan assault frigate. It's a legend ship.
Orders. The lasers are our target.
The main gun has no hard point. It would be cool if you could like hit the main gun and eliminate the entire thing, but I don't know if that's possible
Transmission.
in the game.
Disable those ion cannons.
Papa Palpatine. The best at engines. His uncle went to the Corellian Engineering Corporation. Very good genes.
Our
Very
target
stable.
priority is the laser
Oh,
cannons.
that's funny.
Cover me.
Weapon systems fully
I
activated.
try not to get political on YouTube, but that's funny.
Our lasers are gone.
Yeah, I think he's got too much firepower. I don't think there's any way to... I mean, we're getting close, I guess.
Crossfire.
Sort of.
Weapons charged.
Not really.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Watch
Our
your six.
primary drive system is out.
Too close.
Hey, can you guys do something, please? My goodness. There goes another one.
Sensors activated. The lasers are our target. Frigate responding on station. We've lost our laser systems. Our lasers are gone.
Eclipse is just too much of a beast. That's all I'm learning.
Ready for action, Commander. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I have
Frigates
more left
standing
than I
by for
thought?
orders.
No, okay, never mind.
Orders copied.
Well, maybe.
Understood. The lasers are our target. We're receiving you. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Our engines are offline. We're online.
Down to 6. Well, boys, we tried. The lesson is never try.
Destroy the ion cannons.
And this thing is quite agile. Alright. Maybe we'll try one more time. Charlie, put a timestamp up at the beginning, so if anyone wants to skip, just say like we tried 3 times. If they want to skip it, they got it. Many Bothans died. Yeah, I'd say a few furry boys. A few hairy fellas aren't making it out of this one. Alright.
Awaiting orders.
This time,
The lasers are our target.
we do it together. I was about to say that. I wouldn't say Bothans excel at self-sacrifice. I'd say they excel at being manipulative politicians. Borskvalia
Our target
had a pretty
priority is
good
the laser cannons.
had a pretty good self-sacrifice moment, but only after being a dick for like a couple dozen books. All right,
The lasers
move
are our
on.
target.
You fire, then we move on.
Our
You
target
fire.
priority is the laser cannons.
I want everyone
The
together.
lasers are our target.
Everyone together over here.
Our
Fire.
target priority is the laser cannons.
We move on. We fire.
The lasers are our target.
We move on.
Our target priority is
Move
the
on.
laser cannons.
Move
Your
on.
move orders are confirmed.
Are they though, bruh?
Combat systems activated and targeting. The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Guy's got a good movie announcer
We've
voice.
lost our laser systems. The
Laser
lasers
systems,
our
are those
target.
important?
Our target priority is
See, the
laser
problem is
cannons.
it's too hard to try to
The lasers are our target.
No, you can't shoot backwards. That's cheating. It's too hard to like move them and also keep them shooting like
The lasers
in a
are
reasonable
our
way.
target. Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Disable those ion cannons.
If you guys don't understand what I'm doing, basically I'm trying to make it so they don't waste missiles. They fire a barrage and then instead of just because they'll keep firing until the thing's
The
destroyed.
lasers are our target.
If that makes sense. So what I'm trying to do is make it so there's not as many wasted missiles because if we have 16 or how many ships are left shooting at a target until it's destroyed, there's gonna be like multiple volleys in space that could take out 10 different hard points just wasted.
The lasers are our target.
And it's in this game. Once a hard point is destroyed, you can't just do general damage to the ship. If that makes sense.
Eyes open.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Loosen up.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
This is actually probably going maybe better than the other ones.
Our target priority is the laser
Keeping it
cannons.
simple.
Our primary drive system is out.
Could I place my interdictor cruiser next to
The
your
lasers are our
Eclipse?
target.
Just kidding. Unless... Well, the Eclipse has interdictor generators, so no.
Laser cannons.
No, that's not fair. You can't shoot it backwards.
Lasers are
Just,
our target.
it's like in pool.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Oh, no problem, Madge.
The lasers are
I
our
didn't
target.
personally give any 9/11 people
Disable those ion
my
cannons.
home, but my buddy
Destroy the ion
had a
cannons.
family from America
Our
on
target
9/11. I
priority
still
is the
remember.
laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Actually, Halifax got a lot of... Halifax and Newfoundland got a lot of... Newfoundland is another province. Halifax is a city. But Newfoundland, from what I remember, got quite a few 9/11...
Disable those ion
not
cannons.
survivors, because they weren't people... they weren't people involved, but
The lasers are our
flights
target.
were diverted and grounded because they weren't sure whether there were going to be more terrorist attacks. Yeah, I remember my buddy had an American family stay with him for quite a while, actually.
Destroy the ion cannons.
But Halifax had a lot.
Priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Go around for another pass.
Yeah, good show of camaraderie and
Disable those ion
whatnot.
cannons. Destroy the ion cannons. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
We're doing pretty
Our
well.
engines are offline.
I still remember 9/11. I remember...
Our laser systems.
I'm not American, but I think any person who was alive and like,
Disable those ion
not a
cannons.
toddler probably remembers. I remember we were coming home from, well,
The lasers are
I remember hearing a little bit about it at school, but I was getting babysat at
our target priority
this-
is the
this-
laser cannons.
a bunch of my buddies and I got babysat at this person's house, so we'd go there for
The
lunch
lasers are our target.
in elementary school. I think I was in grade 2, and I just remember Michelle, who was my babysitter,
The laser
was
cannons.
cooking us lunch, and I still remember it was chicken nuggets and fries, and she had her little portable TV out in the kitchen, which she never did.
Our target priority
I just
is
remember
the laser cannons.
Learning about it. I wasn't scared or anything
lasers
because
are our
you're
target.
too young.
Behind me. That's it. Scratch one.
But it happened at like 9:20 or whatever.
Disable those
Um,
ion cannons.
So yeah, 12 o'clock my time would have been about an hour and a half after the first planes hit.
Target the shield
plane
generator
hit,
for
I should say.
destruction.
I remember after that
Priority is the laser cannons.
that night
The lasers are our
we
target.
had
Our
bunch of people at our
priority
house
is the
just
laser cannons.
watching the
Our
news.
lasers are gone. Destroy the ion cannons. Disable those ion
Well,
cannons.
strategy was definitely the best. We should be able to take it this time. U.S. History class.
The lasers are our target.
They're coming around.
There's not many events that I remember like that. It blows my mind that there's people, because it's almost such a thing. Like, it's been such a major, even as a Canadian, it's been such a major kind of cultural, historical, just like milestone. Probably doesn't have the correct connotation, but just a event, I guess, like a zeitgeist. That it's hard to imagine that there are like people who will be turning or who are 18 that
Our
weren't alive
target
for it.
priority is the
Crazy.
laser cannons.
Scanner contact behind me.
The lasers are our target. Destroy the ion cannons.
We're drawing their fire.
Our target priority is the laser cannon.
I remember too when I first started, like, got access to the internet pretty late at my house. It was after that, and I do remember like watching all the documentaries and stuff. And
laser cannons.
They're coming around.
yeah,
We've lost our laser systems.
can't think of too many other events like that I like have such a clear recollection of.
Resend your transmission.
Um,
The lasers are our target.
I can't really think of any, to be honest. Like, I remember where I was when I found out about the that elementary school shooting, Newtown, I think,
Reporting for active duty.
because that was really terrible, but it doesn't compare at all. I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died too. I wasn't, a huge Michael Jackson fan or anything, but
Guns at full power. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Our engines are
Canada won Olympic gold, 2010. That was, I think a lot of Canadians remember that. That was a big one. Much more positive, obviously. Yeah, we got this.
targeting systems engaging. Destroy the ion cannons.
Yeah, so that we really won this one because we did a much better job at using the torpedoes and stuff available to us. Didn't waste them.
Lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I do remember.
Destroy the ion cannons.
Actually, one of the things that I remember really well is the
Lost our
first,
laser systems.
the first time they showed the iPod Touch. I remember that very.
Lasers are our target. Our primary
I thought it was the
focus
coolest
is
thing
out.
ever.
Disable those
I showed it to my
ion
dad,
cannons.
and I just remember being like, "Dad, check this out," and he was like, "Yeah, pretty cool."
Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
I remember too that
Lasers are
the
gone. Destroy
it
the
felt
ion
like one
cannons.
Christmas everybody.
Our target priority
Everybody
is
either
the
got
laser
MP3
cannons.
players, well, iPods, or some other version of MP3 players. I remember having an iPod Nano was like the coolest thing ever. And my friend Brandon had one of the red ones. Everyone thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Our target priority is
Thanks,
the laser cannons.
spikers.
The lasers are our target.
Quebec has had many referendums,
Sensors activated.
but yes, they have come close a couple of times. What would actually happen? Who knows? Constitutional crisis, probably. So this is the Bothan Assault Cruiser, or Bothan Assault Frigate. It's an EU ship. Basically, the Bothans make it before the Vong invasion.
Fire.
One of them, the Ral Roost, is a pretty important ship in the
Fire at will.
Vong campaign.
Orders
Creeface
copied and
flagship.
understood. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I remember my class we got some sort of grant from Apple, and we had a bunch of it's doing that thing where I can't target him because he's like past the edge of the map. But so we got
Coordinates.
like Apple computers before I even had a computer in my home. Well, we had a computer, but not an internet capable computer. We're gonna play this game called Bugdom, and it was awesome. Played Bugdom. We played.
Lasers are our target.
There was like a Mario Kart game, like Mario Go Fish. There was another one. It was like Treasure Mountain or whatever.
Awaiting. Resend your
I also remember
transmission.
too before the first Harry Potter movie came. Harry Potter was like such a crazy thing. Like everyone read Harry Potter. I remember before the first movie came out, my teacher. I don't remember what grade I was. It would have been like maybe grade. I don't remember. But my teacher signed up for this thing, and you get a new picture
Duty.
of the upcoming Harry Potter movie every day as a screensaver, and it'd come at like it'd update at like 12 o'clock or whatever. So like at 12 or whatever time it was, probably not 12, probably like 10 o'clock. But at 10, there she goes. That Super Star Destroyer had a family, god damn it. At 12, everyone would gather around the computer just to see this new Harry Potter screenshot.
Eyes open. Target's coming in
There she
fast.
goes. nature finds a way. Cool. Let's move on. Could we win that as the Eclipse? Probably. Probably. Alright. YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Probably have the second half of these battles up tomorrow. Cool? Cool.